It is my pleasure to introduce Cameron Smith. We're really, really grateful for Cameron coming all the way from Cape Coral, which is an area that he specializes in, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Tam also has been in the real estate industry for 20 years, and I believe his parents are realtors, and he now runs a Smithsburg, which is a real estate team. He is also the founder of Next Gen Agent, which is a coaching platform that emphasizes innovation, growth, and agent development. In 2024, agents who implemented Cameron systems achieved over $200 million in sales, reflecting the effectiveness of this coaching platform. And he also a sought-after speaker at many events and conferences throughout the nation. So we're really, really privileged today that Cameron is gracing us with his knowledge and his presence. And this is actually the third time he's spoken in front of our crowds here in Brevard County, and we appreciate his support, which he does so generously.
Thank you, Pat. Hey everybody, thank you so much. So first off, before we get going, I really want to thank Mitch for inviting me here again, Pat for putting this all together, because this is a lot of work to put these events on, as well as all of the sponsors for helping us put this together, okay? It is so, you guys have no idea the challenge of putting these events on and the ability that they've invited me here to help you and share with you what our teams have been using these past couple of years that have been a little bit more challenging in the real estate sphere. I'm gonna be sharing with you what we're doing and what's working. Now, this system is our zero spend lead gen, okay? The reason that this is an incredible system that we've been using, and so many agents across the country that are part of NextGen, as well as our team are using it, is because it is not expensive. It's zero spend. The only thing you're spending here is your time. And if you're not very busy, you have a lot of time. This system for us has been incredible. It has allowed us to not only sell homes locally, but it's allowed us to expand our teams. It's allowed us to have multiple streams of income simply from doing social media with, like I said, it's completely free. So let's get into it. I do call this the recession-proof method. The reason that I call it the recession-proof method is because as the economy changes, and maybe it doesn't, maybe we're not going through those golden years of COVID where people are out having a good time and doing all the things that they do, as the economy gets a little bit more challenging, they spend more time at home. They spend more time on their phones. They spend more time on social media, which gives us the ability to get in front of more people no matter what the economy's doing, right? Maybe if the open houses are going on, like Mitch was saying, maybe you're doing some other types of lead gen activities and they've slowed down, this system that I'm going to share with you today has sped up, which is why we're having the results that we're having. So for all of you, if this is the first time that I've been able to meet you or I've been able to present to you guys, welcome. I appreciate you for showing up. My name's Cam Smith. I have now been a licensed real estate agent over 17 years. Before that though, I was actually part of my parents' team, and they've been in agents for over 30 years. So I have literally grown up from diapers, like Mitch was saying, in real estate offices. The benefit that I've had from that is that my parents were actually fairly successful. They were good realtors, and they had coaching. They were going to seminars just like you guys are today, and they were bringing me along as a 10-year-old, a little 12-year-old, a 15-year-old. I grew up going to these seminars just like you folks are doing today and learning everything I have. Now, the bigger part of that really set me apart is that because I was this little kid in the seminars, right? Sadly, there's no little kids here yet. One day, hopefully some younger guys will show up to my events. But because I was a 10-year-old kid showing up to these events, I had a personal interest taken in me, in my opinion, the best real estate coaches in the country. And I was able to be personally coached by, in my opinion, like I said, some of the best coaches in the world, in the industry. And that is where I have been able to develop the systems that I use to have the success that we're using. About 4 years ago, I've taken that knowledge because I wanted to continue my growth in real estate and in my career. And I took that knowledge that I have been learning for 20, 30 years now, almost 25 years. And I decided to found Next Gen Agent, which is our coaching division for our group. NextGen Agent, since then, has been able to take these same exact systems that I'm teaching you today, and we've been able to grow them to currently have 3 #1 sales teams in 3 different states and the entire state. These guys are doing huge numbers using these systems, and that's why I'm so excited to present them to you guys today. This stuff really works if you work it, right? Like everything, even like the stuff Mitch was saying, this stuff all works, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Now, a few of the things that I'm really proud about is that for my personal business with social media, for the past 3 years now, I've been able to amass over 25 million views, over 1 million likes, over 100,000 active followers. And because of all of that, and because of everything that I've done on social media, I've been able to grow our NextGen group to over 1,300 agents across all 50 states. This is something that we've worked really hard with, but it just shows to you guys that if you follow this system in a year or two, you can have these exact same results. Now, when it comes to results, let's talk about those. Here's our sales map. These are the sales that we've generated for the past few years from social media. There's hundreds of them, you guys. This is all over the country. This is where the people come from. This is where they check in at. This is where they click on a link for whatever content I'm posting. And the cool part is the app that I'm going to show you later, when you do lead capture, it always will show you where that person's from. So you're able to create a map just like this of your leads, which you can turn into your sales. These, you guys, this map is all of that work that I was just telling you about for the last 5 years with all of the lead capture put together. And for us, last year, it helped us and our groups at NextGen sell over 200 million combined. So we know it works, and we're very, very excited. If you guys want to start working it with us, which I'm going to show you with you a little bit more later on, I'm going to share with you how you can be part of what we're doing, not doing it on your own, but you can have these same exact results. So 3 types of lead gen, and I'm going to get in this kind of a basic topic, but it's very important to understand this. There are 3 types of lead gen. The first type is what I like to call the old school method, which is exactly what Mitch was teaching, right? Those are the open houses. Those are the handwritten cards, the postcards. Those are mailers, right? This is the traditional way of real estate. And guess what? It really works, and you need to be doing it. You need to still be doing the outbound, or like I call it, the old school method, where you're pounding the pavement, you're talking to people in front of lines, you're going to Starbucks, you're doing the things you need to do to make those contacts, right? That's very important. The second part is inbound, or what I like to call the new school way of doing it. That's what I'm going to teach you a little bit about today. That is when you are able to create a system that, without you doing anything, creates viewership, that creates leads that turn into sales. You do it one time and it's there forever. It would be like if you were able to door knock every single day for the rest of your life over and over and over again, but you only had to door knock one day. Every single person would do that, wouldn't they? So the new school is what we're going to talk about. One thing though I did want to talk about the outbound old school method is you can even improve that a little bit, and I'll share with you what we're doing. So let me go behind the curtain. So let's say you're doing your open houses, right? And you're busting your tail and you're getting all those informations. We have changed our open houses to more technology focused. This is just an iPad, okay, even though it looks pretty crazy, but it's just a basic $250 or $300 iPad inside a stand, okay? And we put this at the front door. Why do we do that? Because there's a guarantee that every single person that walks in the front door to an open house these days knows that they need to sign in. It's just something they know. They don't want to. They don't want you to bug them. They don't want you to spam them. But when they walk in and they see the photo, they see the information, they see everything, plus our little ad here says we'll send you the property information. Just enter your email, enter your phone. They walk in and they instantly do it. It changes that first few seconds of the open house to them getting the information that they want. They get everything. You're able to provide it instantly, showing them that value. And this is how we're moving the old school ways that you have to do, and we're just adding a little bit of new school to them to make them better. Now, I'm not going to get into a bunch of the old school stuff because, honestly, the new school stuff's even more fun. But there are things that we are doing that really can progress and can make what you're doing more efficient, which is what our goal is. For things like handwritten notes, we have set up a system, and listen to this, you guys. Let's raise a hand. How many have done handwritten notes and their hand got tired after like 15? Come on, I know, come on. We've all done it. You get about 15 in and you're like, oh, this hurts. We now have a robot that is mimicking handwriting, right? Totally autonomous. You type in the words that you want the handwritten robot to write, and it writes it with a real Bic pen, right? It writes it in real ink, and it looks handwritten, no one will know. And you can do thousands of them instead of 25. Think about the difference. And those are the same techniques. They're just a little bit new flavor, a little bit new school, right? It's a little bit of a change to stuff that we know works, can make it work even better. And that's what we're doing. Inbound is what we're going to talk about today. And then lastly is paid. We call that no school because you don't need anything to pay for leads. That's easy, no school. We're not going to talk about that all today. Zillow, Realtor.com, Facebook, you can spend unlimited money, all of your money on paid leads. That's why we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about stuff that you can do today, and I really want to focus on inbound. One thing that I really I missed, and I really want to do this because it's a part to show you that if you do just a little bit more, you can actually reach higher. So if you guys would all appease me real quick, okay? And I want you to stick your hand up as high as you can. Just stick your hand up in the air. Easy. Yep, as high as you can. Cool. Now, do you guys all trust that I can actually help you? Yeah? Do you think you can stick it up a little bit higher? A little bit? Yeah, all the way up, all the way as high as you can. Cool? All right. So if I help you stick it up high, this is as high as you guys can, you promise? All right. What I want you to do, hey, yeah, Howard, there you go. What I want you to do, guys, because this is as high as you can do it, and I want to show you how simple just a little bit makes, right? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go higher. I want you just to lean to the left a little bit. And all of your hands just got higher. What happened? I wanted you to raise them higher. I wanted you to raise them as high as you could. You can put all your hands down. But I wanted you to raise your hands up as high as you can. And you think about it. This is as high as you can, right? I mean, this is the best I can do. This is for me. But if someone just told me to lean a little bit, oh, darn, now I just got higher. How did I do that? If no one shows you, no one helps you, if no one gives you that little trick, you don't know. That's what we're here to do. I want to give you those little tricks. So let's get into it. I'm really excited about this. So social media. How many of you are already using social media in one way or another with your business, trying to generate business? Okay, a lot of you. Awesome. The cool part about social media, the part that allows you to really take advantage of what's available there, is it allows you to create a persona as becoming the market expert, okay? You can become anybody that you want to be on social media because you are now able to get out in front of thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people, literally, that don't even know you. And if you tell them, I am the go-to agent in Melbourne, I'm the go-to agent in Orlando, they're gonna believe you. How incredible is that? You can be a brand new agent, you can be the most experienced agent that they've ever seen, but they don't know any different than what you've told them. Just like Mitch was saying, I'm a really, really good agent. Yes, you are. Well, and that's the amazing part, is you can say that exact same thing, and you can put it in front of millions and millions and millions of people following what we're doing. The other part about social media that is special versus postcard mailing or versus open houses is that you're able to do this and actually get in front of 1 million people. Do you know how many open houses you would have to do to get in front of 1 million people? You couldn't. It would just simply be impossible. I can do that in one day. And you can do that over and over and over again by following some of the stuff that we talk about. And that really sets social media apart, is you are able to get in front of thousands of interested people that are interested in transacting real estate every single day. The last part about it is you are able to create a unique selling proposition, right? That is something special to just you. And you're able to put that behind a lead capture system. And I'm going to show you the lead capture system we use. It's completely free. But you're able to create unique selling propositions, and then you're able to present them to thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, and then you're able to capture them. Because guess what? When you have 100,000 people that are watching real estate content or looking at market updates or thinking about real estate, and they click on a list of some just incredible ads, they want them. They want to learn more fun things to do here in the Suncoast, more fun things to do. They want the 3 homes that they missed out on. Why would they want that? So they don't miss out on the next one. They want things that you can offer them, and you just simply put them behind the lead capture system. So these are the great things, and these are the reasons that social media is able to transform your business. They're able to grow your business, is because you can be who you want to be. You can be anyone. Brand new agent, you can be the top seller in the world. You just have to tell them that. You can put it in front of as many people as you want, and you can also create as many unique selling propositions as you can come up with, and you can put those in front of prospects to potentially capture the leads. So the step-by-step plan to do this system, and I'm gonna break it down for you. We're gonna talk about all of these one by one. But the first step, just like what Mitch was saying, is you have to create a plan. And we've, again, changed that a little bit. We've hacked it, and we have made a system here that I'm gonna go into this a little bit faster or later, but this system has made it so that our agents know exactly what they need to be doing every single day. And you don't have to use our system. You can use a whiteboard, you can use a notepad, you can use a napkin at the bar, it doesn't matter. But you have to have a plan. You have to have something that you're working towards every single day, and that is gonna be able to give you the ability to work it. If you don't have a plan, you guys, you're planning to fail, right? That's common knowledge, everybody knows that. Creating your plan is number one. So let's just talk about that real quick. In terms of social media, what would creating a plan for social media actually look like? Well, the number one thing is, well, I wanna post some content. Right? I want to post some content. I want to make some social media posts. Well, how much do you want to make? Well, I don't know. Well, that's a great start. How much do you really want to post? What do you want to get out of this? And you start like all marketing, right? You start from the rears. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to sell 10 houses in the end of the year from social media. It's going to mean you need about 1.5 million views. How do you get 1.5 million views? Well, we'll break all that down here in a little bit. The next section is social entertainment. That's what we're creating, okay? What we're doing here for social media content is creating an entertainment. That's why it's recession proof, right? We are creating entertainment for people that are bored, that are sitting at home, that aren't doing anything, that aren't our target audience. They're not. They're the people that are going to get it out to our target audience. They're the ones that are going to be the ones that like it and see it and view it and give you 1 million views, because you're not going to get 1 million clients from that one piece of content, but you will get 2 or 3 that are really interested, and they're the ones that get us out to there. So we are creating social entertainment so that you are able to get in front of the people, because without getting views, you aren't getting any leads, right? That's just common knowledge. The next part of this step-by-step plan from generating leads with social media is the fact that content is king, okay? Content is king. The more content you make, the more content you post, the more likely you are to get in front of 100,000 people today, and then out of those 100,000 people, it'll trickle down and you'll find some people that are interested in buying real estate out of those views. That is the incredible part, guys. I just showed you the map. It's not made up. I promise you, if you're doing the system and you're getting the views and you're creating the content that has value, that people wanna watch, right? Because they're sitting in bed, they're sitting on the couch, they're bored, got the legs up, right? They're bored. But if you create stuff that they wanna watch, they will watch it. And the cool part is when they do that, it then gets in front of people that are gonna spend, like the guy we just sold a home to here on the first, $800,000 on a home that they saw on TikTok. It's crazy. Real quick, how many of you guys, by raise of hands, I'm just gonna be quick, use TikTok? It's okay, you don't have to be shy. I use TikTok. How about Instagram? Okay. How about Facebook? There we go, cool. So as you can see, by being on all the platforms and creating a lot of content, you are able to connect with people on TikTok. You're able to connect with people on Instagram. You're able to connect with people on Facebook. The fourth step of this plan is obviously lead generation, okay? You need to have multiple, like I was saying before, unique selling propositions. You need multiple hooks, multiple special features, things that you're gonna give them, special things that they really need, right? And it can be anything. It can be very unique to you, right? Maybe you're a horse person, maybe you're a beach person, maybe you live in a condo or you love condos. It can be unique. 5 condo mistakes that everyone makes. Well, shoot, what are those? I need to know what 5 condo mistakes that right, you can be creative. Lead generation, I'm gonna go into all these in a little bit more depth because this is just a really quick overview. And last is follow-up. After you guys have done all the work and you've posted content every single day and you've worked and worked and worked and worked to generate these leads like we were just hearing about, then you gotta follow up with them. And I'm gonna give you a really great schedule to follow up with them here. This though is the plan. I can guarantee if you follow this 5-step plan with social media and you bust your butt, it's a lot of work, there's no lie, but if you do your work, this will generate you 10, 15, 20 deals a year. It is doing that for all of our agents across the country. And the best part of it is unlike old school prospecting, that's outbound prospecting, where you gotta be on the road, you gotta be door knocking, or you gotta be at Starbucks, or you gotta be at Publix lines. Instead of that, you're able to do this from the comfort of your home. You're able to post one piece of content a day if you want to do that, or multiple pieces, however much you choose, but you're able to do it on a schedule. So you're buying your time back. Now, like I said before, with the 3 stages of leads, you really need to be doing 2 of the 3. You really need to have old school or new school, maybe some paid lead gen. You gotta be getting leads from multiple angles. You can't rely on one lead gen method, because when it stops, you're gonna be out of business, so we don't want that. But you need to be using as many different lead gen systems as you can comfortably add into your day, as long as you're time blocking, right? And that's what I wanted to talk about next, is our real estate business workbook that we've put together has been instrumental for agents. And the reason is, and I can't show this to you because I'm not wearing a lapel mic, I apologize. We've built out your time blocking map. We have given you every single thing you need every 15 minutes throughout the day so that you can figure out exactly where you're spending your time, where you're wasting your time, and what you can be doing better. And that is why we put together this complete workbook. It has way more than just a journal in it. But we've built this so that you can start having clarity in what you're supposed to do with it every day. I know a lot of agents that I coach, especially younger agents that are newer in the business. One of the first things that they always ask me when they get part of the coaching and get going is, Cam, what am I actually supposed to do in the morning? Like, what do I do? And I know that's probably a real feeling that a lot of you had as well, is you've done the email, you got 1 or 2 people you followed up with, and now you're like sitting there going, what's next? Well, this workbook that we've built gives you the idea of what you can add, what you can do next. It also allows you to do time blocking. And why, when you build that clarity into your business, when you know what to do, you're a lot more confident to wake up and start the grind, start the work, and get it done. You're gonna have that confidence to get the work done, and then you're gonna see the results. Once you start doing it, like I just said, you're gonna have that consistency. Really, the truth is, and I think most of us have learned or heard this in the past, it takes about 2 weeks to build a habit. So if you do this and you fill out this book for 2 weeks straight, before you know it, you're gonna wanna be logging what you're doing. You're gonna wanna be journaling your successes. You're gonna wanna be writing down your failures from that day, because you look back on it and you're able to fix them. You're able to correct them. You're making yourself better every single day because you're being consistent. You're building that momentum. Next is data. Like I just said there, is you're able to write down everything you're doing. This is so important, you guys, and you don't have to use this. This is just the cheat sheet I made for you because I wanted to. You can use a whiteboard. You can use your notepad, but you need to be tracking your numbers. You need your data. That way you can make decisions. You can cut out the fat when this system isn't working, or maybe posting on Facebook isn't getting me any leads. Well, stop wasting your time. But if you don't know what you're getting from your decisions, you won't have any data. You need to be making that data. You need to be following. You need to be finding your business. As Mitch was saying earlier, run a business. Part of that is logging what you're doing. And then finally, the best part of this journal, and something that this is the secret part of this little workbook, is that it lets you every single day write down how successful you are. Because I know how I am, and I'll raise the hands one more time, I'm trying to keep you guys engaged here. How many of you are a little bit burnt out right now? It's been tough these last few years. If no one raises their hands, I love that. I hope not. But the truth is, you guys, when you sell 45 homes a year, 45 homes a month, and we've been doing it now about 7 years, it's a lot. And burnout is real. But when you're able to look back on this and you're able to smile and laugh at some of the jokes you write and the things that you put in there, and you're able to reflect on the successes that you're having, you know for a fact today I can wake up and I can do my calls and I can do one more and I can have another successful day, because I have years of these. I have years of written down journals of what I'm doing day in and day out. I have years of things that I'm able to reflect on and help me move forward and push forward and make those calls, do my things that I need to do my follow-up, and run the business the way it needs to be done. That is why we created this plan with our business journal. Over the past 3 years, I released this 2 years ago. This journal has become a top 500 Amazon book of, I don't know, probably 30,000, 40,000 books. Our journal is top 500 in real estate. It has become something that people buy, and because it is something that you write in, they buy it again and again and again because it really works for them. So I love this. It's something that, like I said, you don't need our journal. You can do it any way you want. We just made it easier for you. Just like raising your hand, right? So let's talk about getting views. This is gonna be the crux of this whole conversation today. This is gonna be giving you guys how you can get a video that has 1 million views. Real quick, for the folks that are using social media, does anyone have a super viral video? Something that's gotten, let's say, 250,000 views yet? Not yet? Let's say nothing? Okay, that's cool. We'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. There's a specific reason why your videos haven't went viral. They haven't popped off yet. And I'll share it with you. It's really simple. The key though is that every single time that you make any type of content, this can be a market update, this can be a home tour, this can be anything that people would want to watch, you need to be looking at it from the user's or the viewer's eyes, okay? Stop what you're doing before you make the content and think, would I watch this? Better yet, would my kids watch this? Because if your son will watch it or your daughter will watch it, it's going to be entertaining. It'll be fun because they got way more fun stuff to look at on social media, right? So when you do build content, when you start the plan of creating content, make sure you are creating it from the idea that you want people to watch it. That's a pretty big revelation for some people. I know you guys are probably saying that's common sense, but really how much time do we sit and we really plan the content or the video or the idea that we're making? Most of the time, for most people, it's like, hey, it's 9:30 in the morning, I just got my 2 emails done. Let me make a piece on Facebook. Hey guys, I'm just happy to see you guys. Well, I'm a realtor, don't forget. No, you need to have an idea with a concept and a reason with a hook that people are gonna watch this because you're entertaining them. Well, people aren't entertained by, hey guys, I'm a realtor. That's not entertaining, right? That's the worst kind of salesmanship. When you do create entertainment, you are going to find that people watch the videos. If you've never had a video that has gotten 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 views, most likely it's because most of the content that you're creating is because it's something that you feel you want to share with people. You, as the creator, want people to like it. You really hope that the person watching it goes, wow, I just learned something about the market. That was so interesting. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing to want to do. And again, we are coming from value. That is a value mindset. The truth is though, in social media, they're not there to be educated. They're not in school. They're there to be entertained. They want to have fun. They want stuff that's flashy and fast, and you can do it any way you want. But here's a great, one of the things I always say about social entertainment, and throughout this whole thing, I'll kind of break it down more. You are able to build on what you're growing. And what I mean by that is that if you start doing a series on home tours, for example, okay? You'll start getting people that love home tours. HGTV, literally, they have a whole TV channel on the damn thing, right? Excuse my French. But HGTV, that's a huge market, home tours. You're gonna start getting followers and you're gonna get people that love watching home tours because that's what you're creating. And when you do that, you're able to get 1,000 people that turn into 2,000 people, that turn into 100,000 people. I've done it, I've seen it, and you guys can do it too. I'm not special, I'm just like you guys, and that's the coolest part about social media is you can be that person. Second part of social media is to get more views, is content is king. I've already talked about that. Today's algorithms. Does everyone here know what an algorithm is? Yeah, pretty much. I'll briefly touch on it. An algorithm is a computer brain that tells the website to what to do, okay? Today's algorithms on social media, they promote quick, instant interaction. They promote quick engagement. That is the key to social media these days. And when you are able to create mass content, you are able to create that engagement. Because here's the choice, here's the truth. If I post one video today, I have the chance from all of you to get one like. That one like gives me 250 views by the data. That's part of tracking your data is you'll figure out that one like gives you about 250 views. Out of that 250 views, the chance is someone's gonna comment. Every comment gives you 1,000 views, okay? So, when you're posting content, and like I said, content is king. If I post one piece today, I have one chance of getting that ball rolling with this group. Now, if I post 3, I've just made it 300 times more likely to do that. And all it takes is one comment, one like, one view from the start to the end for the algorithm to pick up on it and go, maybe someone else wants to see this. Then someone else sees it and they do the same thing. They like it, they comment, they watch it. And now before you know it, you have one of those videos that I was just talking about that hit 250,000 people. And the fun part about this is that when you do get into the algorithm, when you hit the algorithm, that 250,000 views will happen in 35 seconds. I'm not kidding. I've watched the view counter go brrrr, because the algorithm hits up on it and it sends it out to 300 million people. And out of that 300 million people, you'll get 250,000 people to watch it instantly. But if you only post one thing a day, you only got one shot. Post 2 things a day, twice. Think of it like a prospecting call. Think of it like a cold call. This is a cold call. You're prospecting here. The more you do, the more chance you have of hitting the algorithm. This is my favorite part, and this is something that agents that are new with social media or haven't really dove into it, this part really helps you. Before you start creating content that you want to create, stuff that you want to share with people, that you know, the stuff that you think is interesting, make sure you go on the different platforms and you see what other agents that have 1 million views on their videos, what they're doing, okay? You can see what works. You can see what entertains the general public. You don't have to recreate the wheel. We're not asking you to create the wheel. We're asking you to create entertainment. So go out there, find what's already working, and then create your own version of it, right? It's just easy to do that. The other part about doing this, it's doing what works, and this is something that's a real secret. It's in our social media course, which you guys will have it invited to at the end. But one part of doing what works and training your algorithm is, what that means is that when you go in and you see what other people are doing, or when you go kind of, let's call it scoping out the competition, right? When you go in and see what those other agents are doing that's working, what it does is it trains your profile, your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok to send out to more people that do real estate, that more people that do homes, more people that are in this niche of the things that you're viewing. Why does it do that? I don't know, it's a computer brain, but that's how it works. That is what you need to do, is get into the algorithms. That way you are able to be sent out to millions of people. Training your algorithm, training your account is something that people don't know about. Most of the views, stop, do something different. My favorite's home tours. I have made a whole business off home tours. People love looking at Florida homes. They do. That's a fantasy for them, and they want to move here. I've made my whole social media off that. But you can also do community tours. That's a huge, huge lead gen system. Community tours. Do a community spotlight in 60 seconds. Tell them the 10 things that are great about this community in 60 seconds. Tell them the 5 things that's awful about this community in 60 seconds. Things that people want to watch, right? These are all ideas. Guys, just so you know too, I'm gonna have a big list at the end that you're able to copy. This is all written down for you, so you don't have to write it down word by word. But these are things that if you do these 4 things, right, as well as some of the other secret stuff I'm gonna tell you in a minute, you are going to have success. This is gonna get you more views. We have done this now with over 80 agents across the country, and every single one of their accounts that do all of these go viral. They're able to generate leads from them. It's just how the algorithm works. It's the game. That's why you're here, is to learn this. So once you got the views, okay, once you've created content that people want to watch, entertainment, not stuff that we want to present, but actual stuff that, you know, your kids would watch. Now you have been able to create something where you got 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 10,000 views, and you're starting to get a couple comments, which is why you're getting those views, the reality. But you got a little bit of comments. This part is about feeding the algorithm. How can you make it so that every time that you post, you have the best chance of those going viral, right? The number one thing is a call to action. You have to tell people what you want them to do. The most valuable thing someone can do on social media is leave you a comment. If they leave you a comment, it will guarantee get you about 1,000 views, 1,000 more views, additional views. Out of those 1,000 views, guess what happens? Another comment, another comment, another comment. You need to be asking, or not even asking, you need to tell people to leave a comment, or you need to be telling people to ask questions. You need to tell people what you want them to do, because if you don't do that, guess what? They won't. They just simply won't do it. Every single one of my posts that I make, the very first thing I do as soon as I post it is I go in the comments of my own video and I say, leave a comment. Why? Because for most people, when they're browsing and they're bored and they swipe through stuff, the first thing they actually do is, before they even watch the whole piece of content, is they go to the comments. They want to see what everyone else is talking about it. They want to see what everyone else feels about it. Well, if you tell them to leave a comment, people will do it. They'll leave comments that are completely pointless. People will leave comments that say stuff like first, because they're the first comment. And you're like, cool, thanks for the 1,000 views. It's crazy, you guys. But if you don't tell them to do that, they don't do it. They just don't do it. And then your video's stuck at 250 views. But if you tell them to do that, one comment leads to 10 comments, which leads to 100,000 views. It's simple. But if no one shares that with you, you never know to do it. Evoking emotions are number 2. This is my favorite part. I love doing this, and it's both ways. It can be positive or negative. The fun part about Florida, and you guys know this because you're here, I love doing events in Florida because we can be a little bit more honest with each other. When you go to different states, you kind of got to be careful. But either you love us or you hate us. It's the truth. You got people that hate Florida and they've never even been here. Well, guess what? If I can get 25 people to comment on my post how cruddy Florida is and how much they hate it, I'm gonna get a video that's got 100,000 views and I'll get 200 comments of people going, wow, that's a beautiful house. Where's this one at? Tell me more. You are able to volley. You're able to create the engagement based on emotions. And one of the things I always like to do is storytelling, right? You can use stories, you can lead them down a path, you can make them feel a certain way, but you gotta think about how you wanna make them feel before you create your piece of content. You wanna make them excited, you wanna make them ticked off. You want the most successful videos you've ever seen? Tick a whole bunch of people off. They'll all be yelling and mad in the comments and you'll have 3 million views and you're like, why do people watch this? Well, because you've evoked their emotions, you've made them feel something. And you can make it positive, you can make it negative, but when you touch that nerve and when you use the right line and when you ask the right things, you're gonna get people to tell you how they feel even though you didn't even ask for it. And then all of a sudden, guess what happens? Now you have leads, now you have the map that we've seen earlier. Lastly is creating dialogue. So one of the parts that everybody misses in real estate, and I can even tell you to these people that I have trained that are getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views and leads and all of that, is the creating dialogue part. And I'm even terrible at this myself because we get so many comments that it's hard to talk to every one of them. But just like I said, every comment that you get is gonna give you about 1,000 views or about that. Now, if I leave a comment replying to them and they comment back and I just got another 1,000 views. Simple, so simple. And guess what? When you comment back, make sure you ask an open-ended question. Make sure you ask something that's enticing them to comment again. Why? Because we're working this as prospecting. This is prospecting, you guys. And if you're able to just consistently nag them on and get 4 or 5 or 6 comments out of someone, for one person, they just made your video viral because they wanted to communicate with you. They wanted to chat with you. They wanted to create dialogue, and good, bad, otherwise. One of my favorite stories that I always tell is I had a gentleman that on every single one of my posts, he'd be negative. He'd say the house looks like a bowling alley. They did, to be honest. I mean, you know, a lot of Florida houses, they look like bowling alleys. This guy went on for years doing this, every single post, and I post multiple times a day. I mean, it's beautiful because it helps me, so I didn't even mind. One day, though, I asked him, why do you do this? He replied back and kind of dug at him a little bit. You know, why you gotta always poke fun of my video? Why you guys make fun of these beautiful $1 million houses? Like, you can't afford them, like, obviously. Like, if you'd be talking to me buying one if you could. Why do you always gotta make fun? Why do you always gotta... No reason. That's just what he did. He just liked doing that. He just felt good about... You created emotion. Most likely, the truth is, you guys, is that every time I posted a video of $1 million house, his fantasy was, I want to be in that house, and he knew he couldn't, so he wanted to downplay it. He wanted to, you know, that is not a very nice house. But what it did, it helped us get out to millions of people that then did buy houses. That's the trick, is we are creating this to find the needle in the haystack. And the best part is that the needle comes to you. Is you can create a big haystack and the needle is going to come to you because you're the person that's staying consistently in front of them. So this is our secret to success. This is the next gen secret. This is why we've had so many viral accounts. One of the tricks that I have learned with this engagement, everything I've been talking about, right? I'm really kind of going over the same thing over and over. Do you guys ever notice when you go on social media that it seems like the same people are always in front of you? They're always like famous. They're in front of you famous. People like Grant Cardone or, there's so many of them. This gentleman here, I know probably some of you know him, some of you don't. This guy's figured it out. His name's Alex Hormozi. He is an influencer online that's a marketing specialist that has created some of the most unique marketing tools and systems and kind of angles, right, to make money with businesses. Well, he's recently come out with a system, and we've partnered with him, that's called Skool. And Skool is an online group, just kind of like Facebook, with the intent, though, of helping us, our team, our videos go viral by working together as a group. And that is exactly what we found, or what I've learned from doing this now for about 6 years with social media, is that the people that are viral, the people that are constantly up there, they got 10 or 12 people around them that every time they post something, they go out and they like it, they comment and they view it. And now guess what that does? Every single video gets 8,000 views because they got a team. Well, we built that team. That's NextGen. That's what I built. It was that team to help my agents and our groups. We have our Skool group here. This is something that once we started implementing it and we started working together to share social media, all of our accounts went viral across the country. Because when you can just quickly hack the algorithm, cheat, let's call it cheating. You can quickly cheat and get a couple comments and a couple of views. Now it gets out to 3,000 people, and now it's all organic. But most people's content gets stuck at that 250 view mark. They don't get any comments, they don't get any likes, dead in the water. But if you have some friends, some teammates, some partners that jump on it with you, they like it, they comment it, they view it, magic. This is how they do it. We've just copied their system. We've partnered with them, we've duplicated it, and now we are what we're calling boosting. We're boosting everyone's content so that you guys can go viral. And now guess what? You do the same for us. When we post stuff, you boost our content. It's called working together, and that's exactly what Alex Hormozi, as well as all of these other very famous influencers have learned, is that you gotta have a little team to work together. This is the nuts and bolts of this, you guys. The most important part of this whole event for me. This is how we're capturing leads on social media. If you guys aren't using something similar to this, you're failing. And this is what I want to share with you today. We use a system called Popl, okay? There's a few different systems. Popl is what they consider a digital business card, okay? There are a few different digital business cards out there. Popl isn't, there's nothing special about it except for it has built-in mandatory lead capture. So if you want to use a different system like Linktree or there's dozens of them. But if you want to use a digital business card, go for it. As long as it has built-in mandatory lead capture, right? That's what we're doing here is we're creating leads, we're capturing leads. I love this though because it does allow us to have one link for everything. So you can have all of your contact info, you're able to have all of your USPs, you're able to have your Facebook pages, you're able to have everything about your business that you could potentially offer someone in one spot. And you put this link on every single one of your profiles. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, it doesn't matter which ones you're doing, you have this link out there. And the reason is that when you do get a video that goes off and has 10,000 views or 100,000 views, and you have someone that's interested in real estate, the first thing they're gonna do, because they are truly interested, you guys, they are gonna go onto your profile. They click on your profile and you have one link there. That's it. What are they gonna do next? Click on that link. And then as soon as they click on that link, you're able to have the instant lead capture that pops up. And you can see here, this is what it looks like. Share your info with Cameron Smith, right? And it's just name, email, phone number. Simple. But as soon as they click on that link, guys, they are captured. Not only are they captured with their name, email, and address, but I can actually see where they're from too. Why is that important? Because it helps us build that other spoke in our business of referrals. All those people on the map, not all of them bought in Florida, but they all bought and sold. And I was able to get a portion of it because they were a referral one way or the other. So when you're able to know where they're from, you're able to then go find a great agent up in that area. One, recruit them to your team if you're with a downline type brokerage, or if you're not with a downline type brokerage, you're able to make a great connection with a great agent in another area, create that referral relationship, and when they close and whenever they close, you make 50%. I always do 50% referrals on lead gen like this because I've already converted them. I've done all the hard work. I've done all the work. This is a freebie for you. If they don't want to take it, go find another agent. The other thing I love about Popl versus some of the others is the CRM integration. This is one of the biggest pain in the butts, okay, of social media, is that I will get about 300 leads from one video. Now that sounds like, oh my God, that sounds like great. The challenge with that though is that when you have to use a lot of the systems, you have to manually copy and paste all of that information from your lead capture into your CRM. CRMs are everything. Popl does it automatically where it will take everything from Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok, all of that. They click on that link, it'll input it directly into your KV Core, directly into your Follow Up Boss, directly into your Lofty, whatever CRM you're using, and it does it automatically. Popl, you guys. You can go onto our website, nextgen.com/Popl. Check it out. Also, if you are doing a market update like we were talking about earlier, you can directly import them into whatever system that you're doing your market updates so that you're not having to spend hours every single day moving data. Waste of time. You're able to streamline it. And then finally, the special offers. Popl is where you're gonna have all those links like I was talking about earlier. All of those unique selling propositions that you wanna put into your business, that you want to capture leads from, right? That's where you're gonna put it. They're gonna click on that one link and it's gonna have stuff that they go, I have to have this. I wanna show you guys this because you did such a great job. Anthony brought this to me today. This is a vendor list, but he didn't call it a vendor list because that's boring. He called this the ultimate fun guide. So, by a raise of a hand, who here needs a vendor list? Nobody, don't raise your hand. Who here wants the ultimate fun guide? Woo! Exactly. That's the difference, you guys. You're able to create a vendor list, call it the ultimate fun guide, and when someone pops on that link because they're interested in Melbourne, Florida, or they're interested in Miami real estate, or they're interested in real estate in Michigan, it doesn't matter. You're able to provide them something that none of the other realtors that they have looked at have, because you've set up your POPL, you've set up your propositions, you've set up your value, and then when you capture them, you have value to offer them. And then like Mitch was said, you're gonna be the person that they go to because you're staying in front of them with that value. You're not just leading with empty videos. You're not just posting on you're not posting on Facebook going, hey, I'm the realtor. Nah, no. You're saying, hey, I'm the realtor, but look what I give you for free. Check this stuff out. All I need is your name, email, and phone number. POPL, you guys, has been something for us that we absolutely love, and we have been loyal to them for years now because everything works flawlessly. They don't charge you, it's completely free, so you can use this system completely free. They do have a paid tier of it, just like all paid tiers. Don't do it. You don't need to give them money. If you feel the need to, you get like a metal business card that you can like wave around. Don't give them money. The free version works great. I've talked about unique selling propositions a lot today, right? Those are what we're hooking people with. That is how we capture leads. For a lot of folks, a lot of agents, new agents, even more experienced agents, they're not sure what their unique selling proposition is, right? Not really sure, how am I better than the other agent? One of the things that we were talking about, like with ChatGPT, is you're able to utilize AI and ChatGPT to help you come up with ideas that allow people to want to view your content, to want to find that USP, right? Like the ultimate fun guide. You can go into ChatGPT, and for anyone that hasn't used it yet, I know most of you have, but it's chatgpt.com, again, completely free. I typed in this quick prompt, and I'll go over it with you. It says, I'm a real estate agent in Melbourne, Florida, and I want you to generate me 10 unique selling propositions that I can offer viewers that click on my link from social media that are interested in buying or selling real estate. Okay, so I'm asking ChatGPT to give me 10 unique selling propositions from people that are looking at real estate on my social media profile. Simple, I made one prompt. Look at the results, you guys, and this is just a computer brain. What's your home really worth? Well, that's better than find your home value. Maybe. How about the Melbourne buyer cheat sheet? Well, that's even better. I like that, Melbourne buyer cheat sheet. What are you teaching me there? I might want to download that. I'll give you your name and number for that. How about this is one I really liked. The 3 homes that you missed this week. What does that mean? I didn't miss it. Well, maybe I did. Oh my gosh, I have to click on it now. Do you guys see how simple little changes and using tools like ChatGPT can create USPs that almost force people to click and give you their information? Better than Zillow. Oh shoot, I'm signed up. That was literally one of my biggest selling points. When I'd show buyers and I would do open houses and I'd meet people, I would tell them that my CRM was way better than Zillow because they all search Zillow. So if you can beat Zillow, well, we want to work with Cam now. Cam's got the system that works the best. He's faster than Zillow. Well, if you can advertise that to 100,000 people today, that you have a system that's better than Zillow, you don't tell them exactly, it's better. Trust me, it's better. You can also use these different hooks, or these USPs, right, to build off of them. So if you are doing farming or you're doing the old school marketing, you're able to tie these direct, unique selling propositions into them. Before you list, read this. Well, if you're thinking about listing, if you're really truly thinking about listing today, and someone walked up to you to sign and said, hey, before you list, read this. You'd say, okay, definitely, I need to, because I'm listing. And again, you're doing the first part of that engagement. You're telling them what to do. Before you list, read this. It's a little catchy, it's a little smart. All done by ChatGPT. What would your home rent for? Well, that's a great question. It's uninvasive. But think about it. If someone's wondering what their home would rent for, that means they're not going to be in their home, which means they might be willing to sell it. So if you can give them the guide, show them what their rent would be for, or an estimate of what rent would be in their area, what would be the next question you ask them? Well, let me ask you, have you considered possibly selling this instead of renting it? The market is in a little bit of turmoil. We have a lot of market inventory right now. And at least in our area here in Southwest Florida, the prices have gone down and they're looking like they're projected to continue going down. I'm here to help you anyway, but if I could protect your equity, would you be open to it? And yes, they'll say, well, sure, what do you think you could sell it for? And you just turned a rental lead into a listing because you have a unique selling proposition for what would my home rent for? Is your home in a hot zone? Who here knows what a hot zone is? It's not real. Unique selling propositions. But you know what? I want to know if my home that I own, that I pay for, is in one. Why? Because it's enticing. It creates emotion. Is my home in a hot zone? I hope so. And then this is one of my favorites, you guys. Just like Mitch's, the break, right? When you walk up to that for-sale by owner and you say, here, I'm not here to list your home. No agent needed until you're ready. Well, they're like, great, I don't want an agent. Last thing I want is an agent. Great, click this. You can be able to give them a guide. We have a for-sale by owner book that you guys are welcome to duplicate. You can do that and get the contact information and turn them into a bona fide lead. And what we have found is that folks that go to this stage in our one link setup, right, that Popl link, once they get to there, they watch your content on Facebook or Instagram, they're interested in social media, they click on this link, they enter their info. By the time you're here, they're leads. We close about 80% of these guys that actually get to this point because you'll get 100,000 people. You get that huge haystack, right? Big haystack. But the real leads, the real clients, they show themselves because they click on the link, they submit their information, and then they download your Is My Home in the Hot List zone. It's amazing. It's incredible. And it allows you to be their go-to agent. It allows you to be that market expert, even if you're brand new. You can create an online guide, just like the Ultimate Fun Guide there. You can be a brand new agent and give that to someone. The value is still there as a brand new agent. That's the incredible part about this, you guys. The other thing about ChatGPT is you're able to use this AI, and I know a lot of you are using it already, but you can use this to grow and to really build out everything from your drip campaigns to your mailer campaigns to your marketing. You're able to go into this as a new agent, or let's say a less experienced agent. Maybe you're not new, maybe you're just less experienced. You're able to go in this and become an expert. You wanna know why? Because I've been training this darn thing. I have been putting in all the good stuff for years and they took all my info and they're giving it back to you. But because we are training the algorithm knows what works. It's doing the same thing. It's trying to figure out what's working out in the world. It's providing you guys the information back that you can work with and you can use. Now, the biggest thing I really want to kind of alert you to this so you know if you are using ChatGPT. There's two giveaways that people are using AI. The problem with AI is that once you start using it, you realize everyone has turned their brain off. You don't want to be an AIer, meaning that your posts are all done by AI. They got 1.5 million emojis in them. They look like a circus. Well, the challenge with ChatGPT is it's a computer brain. It doesn't know that's not how people write. It knows it's a computer. So emojis, those make sense. If you do use ChatGPT for unique selling propositions or for marketing or for drip campaigns or for text messages or for any type of marketing, you need to be going through it and combing through it with a fine-tooth comb, making sure that it looks like you wrote it. Change some of the words. You don't need it to sound like a robot. Make it sound a little less educated because it sounds like a robot. So emojis. Emojis are the #1 giveaway. If you see a post that has 200 emojis, it's because they're cheated. They're AIers. The second one, and this one no one knows about right now, it's M-dashes. Who here knows what an M-dash is? Okay, yeah, a couple of us, the corporate. M-dashes are a long dash. They're not even on our keyboard. So when you see M-dashes, and I probably have one up here. Yeah, here, perfect. See this M-dash? That tells you that I did not write that out by hand. And you should be able to identify that when you are working together so you don't get tricked into marketing. M-dashes and emojis are something that you need to remove from your ChatGPT transcripts or anything that you use, because as we continue growing, as society evolves, as the new school, we'll look at your marketing and we know, and it doesn't look good. So make sure when you're using ChatGPT for everything that you do, you're combing through it, you're making it personal. One of my favorite things to do is after it gets through the whole system and it gives you its an amazing output, then reply, hey, can you write this in a 12th grade level? And then it actually goes back to writing like a human. It's pretty cool. ChatGPT though is something that allows all of us, experienced, unexperienced, new, old, it gives you the knowledge, it gives you the ability, and it'll allow you to be a marketing genius. Again though, you need to spend a little bit of time on your business using these prompts, things like this. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm a real estate agent in Melbourne, Florida. I want you to generate me a list of 10 unique selling propositions that I can use for clients that click on my link through social media. That's it. And they'll give them to you one by one. You then comb through them, you work with them, and you create your own unique selling proposition. Okay, this is the best part. This is my favorite part, and this ties directly into what Mitch was talking about there. The fortune is in the follow-up. We all know that. But what are we supposed to do there? On our workbook, we kind of break down our follow-up system. But here is what we do, and it's very simple. This is the $1 million follow-up. Here it is. As soon as the lead pops up from social media, as soon as it comes in through any of your systems, it doesn't even have to be social media, you need to be doing an instant video text. One, this introduces you as a human being. But two, it allows them to see that they're really having somebody that's excited to talk with them, and you want to hear about their dreams of moving to Florida, how excited you are to see what they're looking for. It puts a face to a computer. Remember too, is that when these folks are sitting there on the couch with their legs up, scrolling, right, and they click on that link, and then 15 seconds later, they get a personal text message from the person they were just interacting with on social media, it blows their minds. It's crazy. Amazon doesn't instant text you. eBay doesn't instantly text you. But this person that I just viewed their content, that told me they're an expert, that is the best realtor in Florida, based on what they know, just called me instantly or sent me a video text messages 45 seconds after I signed up on their site. He's the best. I wish my company ran like that, right? That's how they feel. So you're able to do that instant video text. My videos, what I do is it's real quick. I pop up the phone. I do it very unprofessionally. I don't want this to look like I'm, making a big thing of it. Just, hey Jim, Cameron Smith here. I just saw you were on our social media website looking at some homes. I would love to chat with you. Believe it or not, I'm actually available right now. That's the important part. Right now, I'm available right now. I would love to chat with you and see your dreams for moving to Florida. And I send that instant video text. It looks kind of crummy. Sometimes I'm not even in dress clothes. Sometimes I'm just in the car. It doesn't matter, because what it matters is that they just get a personal touch from this website, this person that they just saw online. That's the local expert here in Florida, and it blows their minds. The second part of that is 30 seconds later, you're gonna do your follow-up call, right? We have to call our leads. Now, step one, your face pops up on their text message. It says one movie. They open it. Even if they don't watch their movie that you sent them, they see your face. And then 30 seconds later, ring, 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 that same number pops up. Their brains, I promise you, I've done this thousands of times now, they put two and two together. And instead of letting it go to voicemail and ignoring your call, they go, hey Cam! And you're like, how did you know it was me? Because they just watched the video you sent them, and they watched you on social media, and they watched 15 of your social media videos before they clicked on the link and gave you your information. They know you. They love you. They want to work with you. And you're the one that's connecting with them. They stuck their hand up, and you're just like, hey, there's the needle that I needed. Great, good to see you. And you call them, you guys, and they are excited to talk with you. Now remember, there's 2 points of this call. There's a reason you're calling them. One, create conversation, make them love you. Two, it's to pre-qualify them. You got to be asking your pre-qualifying questions. Do you have a lender? If not, I need to get you connected. My question is always, are you going to be paying cash? Because it makes it seem like everyone's a cash buyer. Are you guys going to be paying cash, or do you need help with lending? And they'll say, oh no, we already got it handled. Or yeah, I could have a lender. Great, I'd love to send that over to you. And then ask them about their dream home. Tell them that you want them to tell you their fantasy of moving to Florida. They have a fantasy. They've been living in Michigan for 30 years now. They're tired, they're cold, they have a fantasy, I promise, and they'll tell you it. And they tell you at one time, and you are their guaranteed realtor that they'll use when they get down here in a few months. Property search, Mitch already went over this, and I'm just gonna reiterate what he said. Every single time you talk with someone, you need to set them up on a property search. Guaranteed, it'll sell thousands and thousands of homes. We just sold one here the other day that I set up 5 years ago. Never contacted them again because I'm a terrible, never contacted me again, that's the truth. I went out on a listing presentation, they didn't list with me. I put them on an auto thing, I put them on an auto property search. 5 years later, they called me and I sold it in a weekend. You have to set up every single person you talk to on a property search. And then email and digital messaging. This is the rose in the cap. After you've had the conversation, after you've spoken to them, you send them a quick email right after you get off the phone with them, reiterating everything that they just said, that you told them, making sure that you heard them, making sure that they know you understand what they're looking for, and you're able to let them know that you're on their side, you're helping them, you're working for them. You're not just some random internet website that they clicked on like hundreds of other ones that they've already done. You're working towards helping them. You're working towards finding them that perfect home. The other part of this, because we're talking about social media, and I know almost nobody does this yet, slide into those DMs. People on social media, reply to people on social media. If they see you on TikTok or Instagram or wherever, and they send you a message there, reply to it there. You don't need to go back to email. Even though email is great, it's how we did it, the old school way. Messaging is just as good. You can message them in apps until you get their contact information, and then you take it onto the phone. One thing I will say about this screen when I do my instant video text, because not everybody does watch the video because it could be a virus, they think. You can't get a virus through a video, thankfully, not yet. But some people won't click on the video. So what I always do is I send them that initial video, and then right after I send them the video, I send them a quick, like, one paragraph text, maybe 5 lines, just going over that same thing. Hey, it's Cam Smith here. Just saw you're on my website. I'd love to learn about your dream of moving to Florida. That way they get the video, they see my face, then they also get the text so they know why this random guy just sent me a video. And then when I call them a few seconds later, it ties it all together. This, guys, if you use this with all of those leads, you've done all the work with social media, you've done everything you need to do to generate leads, you've spent time on ChatGPT. If you don't do this part, just burn it all down. This part is the most important thing that you can do in your business. And the great part of this is that you do this with all different lead types. I mean, you guys, I'm preaching to the choir here, but you know that every lead that you have come in, you need to be doing the same thing with. Now, just to appease me, because I know we're getting late here, show of hands, how many people do instant video text for their leads? Good. If you'll do me one favor for this next week, when you're working back home, send out some instant video text, and you're going to see that the phone response rates quadruple or 10x. We used to have like a 10% answer rate before we did the. No one answered their phones. It was the worst experience in the world. It was like I'm literally spending all day on my dialer watching it just go through numbers. And that's what it did. Well, we started doing these instant video texts, and all of a sudden, every single person answers. Not only do they answer, but they answer with a, "Hey, Cam." What? You guys wouldn't answer. I've thousands and thousands of calls, you guys. They don't answer until you show them that you're normal. This is the fortune. If you guys want to make 100 grand, 200 grand, $1 million this year, do more of this, and then combine it with the social media stuff. So this is the event special that we're doing on this book. I'm really excited about this because, like I said, we sell this on Amazon. It's a top 500 seller. I had a couple left over, so I brought them. We're going to do them $10. They're $10 each. They're $20 on Amazon. They're incredible. This gives you the daily action plan. It gives you what our agents do every single day, and then it also allows you to see if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It allows you to track every 15 minutes throughout the day. It's absolutely incredible. When you use it, you'll find the spots that you're missing. You'll find the cracks in your business. It'll allow you to fill them with action. Consistency, momentum, we've already went through all this stuff. We do have a few things in this book that are like our automated handwriting machine, like I was telling you guys earlier, that's completely automated. It's a machine that does it. The links are in there, so if you have that information. We have used this book for hundreds of agents now to have success with. This simple book. And you're like, what is that going to do to my business? It's nothing unless you work it. But if you work this book, it's going to give you something to do every single day, and it's going to make it so that you're more productive. Guaranteed, because we've seen it. Knowing what to do is the biggest challenge. You'll also be able to stay burnout proof. Once you guys start selling 45 homes a month, it gets tiring, I promise. So you'll be able to stay out of that. This is the lifetime part, and this is the biggest bonus I can give you guys because we're doing this absolutely free today. Our referral group, right? This is our boost group here. It's normally $20 a month. That's how I make money, right? I'm helping agents, but it's my business. For you guys, for everyone at this event, because Mitch is here, because I love being part of the Melbourne scene, I want you guys to all join this completely free for lifetime. I'm never going to charge you guys. What I want you to do when you join it, though, is there's a 40-second video. It's an intro video to explain to you how it works. After you join it, watch the video. It'll explain how you can get your social media content boosted by our group. That way, you can start going viral. We also have the next gen courses up there. As you guys know, I have a listing liftoff course. I have the full social media course that we've done that has helped agents go viral. You get all of these courses for free. So if you really want to get into the nitty gritty and really dig into how to make social media videos go viral, you have the entire social media course built on there that you're able to go through for free. As well as our lifting listoff course, as well as our automated mailing system. So we have a complete farming system that we built that has been incredible. It's completely automated, meaning you sign up once, you figure it out, and they do all the work for you. Completely free. That's how you can stay consistent. That's how you can do the numbers you need to do. That's how you can do the things that we were talking about earlier with the old school methods. You start automating them. It's a little bit of new school. The last is the referral map. So the coolest part about this system is that for our group across the country, you can see where everyone is. Everyone that's buying into our Boost program, you can see exactly where they are. So if you need an agent in Ohio, or you need an agent in Michigan, or you need an agent in California, you can find someone that's part of our group that's being properly trained quickly. And they're also the ones helping you make your content go viral. So you're working with people already to help them. And my favorite part of all of this is that we have a leaderboard on there. So if you really actually want to help out, you want to help other agents go viral, it's going to put you at the top of the leaderboard. And every single time you post some of your content, we all know who's on the top of the leaderboards. You guys get a little extra love. So we've gamified this so the people that help us more, we help them more. And this system, like I said, is been set up by the ultimate influence hacker. He knows how to make videos go viral. He knows how to get in front of billions of people, literally. And it's gamifying the system, and we've done the same thing. So I wanted to invite you all here. It's free, lifetime. I'm never going to charge you, obviously. It's something that if you use it, again, it's going to work. It has worked for all of our agents across the country, and I really wanted you to be part of it. This is going to be our final slide, so I want to do a quick Q&A. I know we want to get out to the happy hour. Does anyone have any questions on the zero spend lead gen system? I love it.
Wait.
Go ahead.
So we all like to get our information out to agents as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And as agents, we're always hitting their email box. Oh, zip flyer this, zip flyer that. You know, get your flyers and your listings to agents. You know, across the state, Upper New York, you can pick and choose. What do you feel is the best way if we begin at cost? So besides school, because I'm part of this, which I love, what else could be another platform to get it out amongst the masses? Because honestly,
TikTok.
I've been a long time like Mitch, and no one's in their office. You can't drop off flyers about an open house. Come see my listings. And not every agent is tech savvy with Instagram and all of that. What's another tool you would recommend?
My biggest tool, and I know you're going to laugh at this because it is more tech savvy, is TikTok. Believe it or not, you guys, like Mitch said earlier, Mitch is the godfather. He loves TikTok. Who would have thought that, right? I mean, honestly, genuinely, you will find that a lot of adult agents, very experienced agents, spend a lot of time on TikTok.
I love it. I utilize it. But again, there's those agents like those crazy listings that no one's ever heard in these little suburb towns. And they don't, you know, MLS doesn't get you in there.
So I think the TikTok algorithm is even bigger because like you said, you love it, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about real quick, just kind of the idea of my talk today really was trying to give you guys the framework on how to do this. The courses are going to teach you the nitty gritty, but those are like 2-day-long courses, so I can't do that in a day. But what's amazing is, like you said, you love TikTok. Mitch loves TikTok. Probably more people than they admitted earlier love TikTok because one, the information on it is super engaging. It's fun. You can jump on there and literally get stuck for 2 hours because boom, did you know you can cut a balloon like this and it stays inflated? What? Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. And it goes forever and it never stops. But guess what? When you put real estate content on that's engaging, you will get in front of 200,000 people. And out of that, 10% of them will be realtors. So with my followers, so we have over 100,000 followers now, about 35% of them are realtors. Realtors love looking at social media content about real estate. It's weird, right? For me it is. I work all day and then I'm off. But for a lot of realtors that aren't working all day, they will sit and they will binge. They'll binge social media. Now to answer your question about certain niche areas, the cool part about social media, especially Instagram and Facebook, is you're able to do geotagging. Geotagging is when you make your post, you're able to tag it to a specific area. Now the algorithm, the computer brain, knows where you live because you have an IP address that tells it. And it's like, hey, you're in Melbourne? Let me kick out this Melbourne content that's tagged as Melbourne to people around Melbourne. Maybe they find it interesting. So you're able to find targeted people by communities. And if you go into the geotagging, you can, you can do it all the way down to neighborhoods. So for example, one of the homes we just sold was in a community called Verdonda Village. Well, guess what? I posted 50 videos, all tagged to Verdonda Village, because I want every seller that lives in Verdonda Village of 4,000 homes, when they swip on TikTok or Instagram and it's geotagged to Verdonda Village, I guarantee it's gonna be put in front of them because it's the most hyper-local content Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform is can give their user. And the whole goal of the social medias is to get their user addicted, get them stuck. And if they pops up and the first thing they see is something local, like your area here, and they're like, oh my God, I love that bridge, or I love that building. It gives them the emotions. They'll comment, I love this building, it's my favorite. Now they're in TikTok for an hour, or they're in Instagram for an hour. So the algorithms of the social medias know how to trap those people, how to find the people that you're asking for. The second part of that question is, well, for people that aren't socially active, or they're not on Instagram, or they're not, how do you find those? Yeah. My question, or my answer to that would be, make sure that if you do want to get to those agents, you're not spending more time getting to those agents than what it's worth. Because sending out to agents is valuable, it's hyper valuable. I've sold dozens and dozens of homes from emails to all the agents letting them know. It's just more valuable getting in front of 250,000 potential buyers and sellers, or the entire community neighborhood and getting 2 or 3 more listings from it. That would be my answer, is just don't worry about the 0.5% or 10% of realtors maybe that aren't socially advanced. Let's join us. Join us, we're technology advanced, we're moving forward, this is where it's going. We know this is where it's gonna go. They spend 80% of their day on these social media platforms. And you can put all of your unique selling propositions right in front of them, get their lead capture, and then do the follow-up. So this is how I'd recommend doing that. And you can also connect with agents across the country. You can expand your network, you can expand your business. New school, I love it. Any other questions? Go ahead.
How do I get a book?
$10. Good question. If you could talk to Victoria here, she'll help you out there. And we're going to be here for quite a bit after for the networking event, so it's not a rush. But Victoria will help you out with the books. We only have a couple of them. I think we got 8, something like that. I just brought what I had left over. So if these sell out, you guys, they are on Amazon. We sell thousands of them on Amazon. That's why we're top 500 book. So you can always order it on that. It'll be here next day. Any other questions, you guys? No?
I did the QR code and I filled everything out.
You're in?
It asked for my card.
Oh gosh, it should never have asked for your card. Are you sure?
Yes, it did. I gave it also.
Well, it won't charge you. There's no charge, so that's the good news. It won't charge you.
Card, so I made sure.
Yeah, I want to scan it with my phone too, because I did this last night and it shouldn't have.
I just signed it for that game.
There was no charge for you, right? Okay, don't worry, it's not gonna charge you, so don't worry. I'm gonna give you my card to make sure this works smoothly. I will work with you personally to make sure you don't get charged, okay? Because I guarantee our platform here, I'm the one that pays for it, not you, and that's what I built it for, is I made it so that it's completely free for everyone. I don't think they charge you, but we'll double check and I'm gonna get your contact to work with you, okay? Any other questions, you guys? Yeah, if it asks you for your credit card, they're not gonna charge you because you're not creating your own school. This is completely free to join though. This is part of it. Oh, Popple asked for it? Was it Popple that asked for it? It doesn't matter. We'll get it figured out with her. I promise you guys, we'll make sure that you don't get anything.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I just did that QR code.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. We'll get it figured out. It's technology. Stupid. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. Okay, let's have an awesome happy hour. I know Mitch and Pat have put this together for us. Thank you all so much, and I hope you learned something. Bye-bye.